Police have told RHOA alum Kim Zolciak to stop calling because, at this point, it is not an emergency. The mother of 6 is embroiled in a divorce with her husband of over a decade, Kroy Bierman. Yet things have been so dramatic that the cops are always being called. So why did the authorities tell Kim to calm down on the calls? Keep reading for more details. Police to Kim Zolciak. Stop calling. For a decade, Kim Zolciak and Kroy Bierman were an extremely happy couple. He had adopted her 2 older daughters, Brielle and Ariana, from her previous relationships. They then went on to have 4 children of their own and had the perfect little family. Unfortunately, Kim loved to gamble and shop, leading to financial distress. In 2022, their lavish Georgia mansion faced foreclosure, but they dodged it until early 2023. Then it all resurfaced, and they faced an auction. Once again, they were able to get out of that, but a short time later, they filed for divorce. Allegations were thrown at one another, and though they tried to reconcile, that did not last. The police were soon called to their home, becoming a repeated event. She alleged he would not let her leave their driveway while he was at the end of his rope. They were locking themselves into bedrooms, and their poor minor children were the casualties. Just before Thanksgiving, the police were called yet again. Since their home is headed to auction, they were packing and taking down the curtains. Kim Zolciak claimed Kroy Bierman was the aggressor, but he alleged she struck him. Their children could not necessarily corroborate Kim's story, but the police want Kim to stop. A Reddit thread was started to share how they had to let Kim know they could not keep coming to Kim's home simply because of divorce spats. Followers felt awful for the children, but moreover, could not believe this was still happening. Will it end? The big question that followers want to know is whether will it ever end for Kim Zolciak and Kroy Bierman. This has been going on for nearly 2 years with no end in sight. I can't believe this is still ongoing. I think there is some weird-ass codependency and trauma bonding with them at this point. Any relationship she has ever been in or will ever be in will end this way. She is a terrible person. It took Kroy a very, very long time to figure it out. The level of selfishness exhibited by these two, who have like 6 children, is despicable. Quit calling the police over this petty crap. Grow up and act like adults. Hopefully, some resolution is reached so that they all can find peace and the children stop getting dragged into the drama. Do you agree that the police are not needed as mediators and Kim and Kroy need to work this out as adults? Finally, can you believe their divorce is still going on? Let us know in the comments below. The Cycle of Chaos, a creative dive into drama, dependency, and disconnection. As the long-standing circus of Kim Zolciak and Kroy Bierman's marital unraveling continues to unfold, the situation provides more than just tabloid fodder. It paints a vivid portrait of how fractured relationships can spiral into chaos. With the police being called so frequently they had to issue a warning, this tale of love gone wrong has become both a cautionary and absurd narrative. But let's take a step back. Beyond the headlines, there's a deeper story about desperation, codependency, and the unspoken casualties of adult dysfunction, the children. The glamorous illusion. Once upon a time, Kim and Kroy seemed to embody the modern-day fairy tale. Kroy, the doting father figure, embraced Kim's daughters, Brielle and Ariana, with open arms, adding 4 more children to their brood. Their sprawling Georgia mansion stood as a symbol of success, a backdrop for their perfect Instagram life. Yet, behind the glitz lay cracks. Kim's penchant for gambling and lavish spending began to erode the financial stability of their household. The foreclosure of their mansion was the first public warning sign, signaling a reality far removed from their curated perfection. A battle of egos and escalation. Fast forward to 2023, and what once seemed idyllic has devolved into a series of confrontations. Locked doors, heated arguments, and relentless allegations. This was not a case of mutual respect, but a battle for dominance. Kim accused Croy of aggression. Croy claimed Kim was the true instigator. Neither was willing to take responsibility, and both wielded their children as unwitting witnesses to the chaos. Imagine being a child in that household, your sanctuary turned battleground. Each police visit, every argument, must have chipped away at their sense of stability. The police, unwilling referees. By the time the police were called yet again, they'd seen enough. The constant intrusions into Kim and Croy's drama had become an absurdity. Divorce disputes, no matter how messy, don't typically warrant emergency intervention. The authorities' message to Kim to stop calling wasn't just procedural, it was symbolic. It was a reminder that adult problems need adult solutions. The psychological web of dependency. Why can't Kim and Croy simply let go? The answers likely lie in the murky depths of their intertwined psyches. Trauma bonding, a term that describes the attachment formed between people through cycles of abuse and affection, might be at play. This pattern often manifests as an inability to separate despite clear dysfunction. Their public displays of acrimony may mask a private fear of life without each other, however toxic their connection may have become. The real victims. As Kim and Croy's drama plays out, it's easy to lose sight of who suffers most, the children. While their parents engage in a public tug-of-war, the kids are left to navigate the emotional fallout. Children exposed to high-conflict divorces often carry scars that manifest as anxiety, trust issues, and difficulties forming healthy relationships. For the 6 Zolciak-Bierman kids, their parents' inability to shield them from this turmoil is a glaring failure. Kim and Croy owe it to their children to prioritize their well-being, even if it means setting aside personal grievances. Hope amid the wreckage. The question remains, will it ever end? While the situation seems bleak, redemption is possible. Both Kim and Croy need to step back, seek professional guidance, and find a way to co-parent peacefully. The endless blame game serves no one, least of all their children. Ultimately, this saga is a reminder that even the most glamorous facades can hide profound dysfunction. The sooner Kim and Croy realize the cost of their chaos, the better chance they have of salvaging not just their peace but their children's futures. A call to accountability. This story holds a mirror to society, asking us to consider how we address conflict in our own lives. Are we quick to escalate, or do we seek resolution through dialogue and understanding? Kim and Croy's situation is a cautionary tale, but it's also a wake-up call. For their sake, and for the sake of the children, they need to break free from this cycle and find a path forward. Let's hope they choose peace over pettiness and healing over hostility. If not for themselves, then for the next generation who deserve far better than this bitter circus.